trying to do tonight?
Get my first deer.
What kind of deer?
Either a buck or a doe.
No fawns?
No.
Yeah. How hot is it right now?
Like 90 degrees.
Yeah. You were sweating earlier, weren't you?
Yeah.
You excited? At least we have a nice breeze and we're in the shade.
Yeah.
We only have about an hour before dark, so hopefully they come out soon.
Yeah.
In the shade, in the cool. Okay, Sam. Right behind the shoulder. Now we're pretty fortunate in Wisconsin that our season opens the third Saturday in September. And of course, I like more hunting time, and if we can start seeing some nice bucks that are still in their summer patterns, that's great too. But one of the things I really like about that early season start is that we can get out and harvest some does, and it's a perfect time to shoot some does. I have two times, actually three, but two main period of times that I really like to harvest does to where I think it's less invasive on your land, and that's ultimately what you're trying to do. I think the old style of thinking in doe harvest was that you went in and you just, every time you shot a doe, people were overzealous. I literally heard the comments, every mature doe you see, you need to shoot. And folks, you just destroy your land. And you know, it was under the guise of even QDM sometimes, where you're trying to create this great herd, but you're spooking all the deer off your land by the second week of the season. So what we're trying to do is take some low impact doe harvest in the early part of the season, which is my #1 favorite time. And then my #2 is to shoot some does in December. So we've passed that middle point of the season. And there's a third time that I'll talk about in a second, but you really need to look at it like you can apply a lot of pressure the first day or two on your property, especially when your season opens in September, mid-September. You can apply a lot of pressure early January, end of December, mid-December, towards the end of the season. But when you get to the middle of the season, you cannot afford to apply any pressure, and that middle point would be middle of November, opening day of gun season. Your property should be the one, if you're trying to build a great herd, have a great experience, shoot some mature bucks, pass some bucks on to the next age class. Great time to not shoot does is right during the middle of the season. Every time you pull the trigger, it's very, very invasive, especially on small properties, with the exception. I really like taking some does during November. For example, shoot a nice buck November 10th, chasing a doe, shoot it. Maybe you wait a little bit and you give it time to expire before getting on your stand. A mature doe goes by, great time to take a doe. You already have to go back into the woods to get that buck and retrieve that deer, so great time, non-invasive time to take a doe. Same with gun season. You just shot a buck, it's lying out in the field, food plots. If you can turn your rifle, shoot a doe that was around out there that's still standing around, great time to get 2 for 1, same invasiveness, same level. You're not adding any kind of intrusion on your land other than going in to get that buck. But again, a lot of pressure in the early part of the season, a lot of pressure in the end, but the closer you get to the middle, that's when you want to have very little pressure. So we've been taking advantage of that lately. We've had some great hunts. My wife Diane, she actually shot her first deer the other night, a doe, and real proud of her. She did a great job. My son Sam shot his first deer just a couple weeks ago, a doe, and we have both those hunts featured in this video. But what a lot of fun. We still have a couple kids, Dante and Jake, teenage boys, to get some deer, and this is one of our favorite times to get out and do so, and we're trying pretty hard. In fact, we're getting the kids out more than myself. So great time to get young hunters involved and get some doe harvest. The late season's a great time too, and don't miss those opportunities when you already have a buck on the ground. If you can turn your weapon towards a doe and take her, great time to do so as well.